Hello all, this is the first video of the Storefront tab. I'm going to actually be applying reports from Glaziers Studio in this case. I'm going to be filling these in. I'm going to be reviewing the specifications and filling this in as well. So let's just clear out SF1 just to show. Sorry, that takes a little long. I'm going to figure that correctly. Clear SF1. So that's the storefront labor, and then here's storefront material. If this is 0, you're good to go. So this is going to be, I have just about everything open. I'm just going to go and just figure this as I'm doing it. This is a job that I got back in 2018. Warranty period of 20 years and 5 years, so that's just something you got to keep in mind. Framing system 451T or accepted equivalent, thermally broken front set. All right, so that's basically all you need. I'm doing a general overview. I'm not digging too hard. So I guess as of now, I'm going to do a 5-year with a 20-year. That'll be a 3-coat. Alternate. The glazing, control 9, by the way, gets full, and then control to the right brings it over to the next page. Alright, so a VLT of, alright, so this is in Solar Band 70, so there it is, whatever. Okay, so these are my, where to start here. Okay, so I have to input these values. So you start with SF cuts. Contact me if you want any direction on how to do it, but it's just a report. And you are going to be pulling these values here. 46 frames, 372 joints. So this is going to be a little slow here, but and then control zoom in with the wheel is to do that. Frame perimeter 1497, which is here. Total area 3174. All right. What else we got? Joints 372. And that's basically all you're getting from that, I believe. I'm going to keep it open for now. Elevations is where you're going to do your counts, all right? So you want to get your pencil out and count your quantities. So that's 120, so that would go in 9 to 12, all right? So you're going to be wanting to look for raked glass and verticals. Although I did do this where I made a, here's the other two in Excel. So these are all your stock lengths for which I sent out. I send this out as a RFQ, so I did do it as a 3-coat custom. So I have 136 stock lengths, and then in this one over here I did make the glass type shape, so I can just pull 4 and put that where it needs to be. So I'm going to plug this number in 136 and get rid of it and basically send it in for a RFQ. That's the idea. 136. Sorry, I gotta actually put my thinking cap on here. I'm estimating people. Okay, so we're going to get the DLOs in a second, and we're going to go through here and check these out. So get your index card out. And you're going to go 3 to 6. I'm just writing this on my index card. and 6 to 12 and 9. I forget what that is. Less than 3, 3 to 9, 9 to 12, greater than, okay. 3 to 9, 9 to 12, and greater than 12. All right. So, I mean, I really should just pause this, but you're just going in, figuring your quantity, and you're counting the number of bays. 96. So I got 2, I got 5, 6, and a less than 3 is 1. So I'm just going to pause this and go through, well, maybe I'll just, these are pretty simple. So here's a rake. You might want to put a thing down for rake or call this a different makeup, which I did. So there they all are. I'm just going to go through these and count them, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back here. So I want to make sure that you count from the door schedule and color everything really specifically. So for exterior pairs, I do, here it is right here. This is my RFQ, I guess. So exterior pairs, I do yellow. Exterior singles, I do orange. And this would be an interior single. And let's see here. Anyway, so these are pink sliders. They're Fleetwoods, rather expensive. So I guess what I'm saying is count your doors from the door schedule as opposed to your report here, simply because you may have a standalone door that you don't feel the need to put into partner pack, but just be aware of that. Anyway, so I'm going to be taking my numbers here. Less than 3 is 4. 3 to 9 is 35, 45, and 6. Obviously, you can change these however you'd like. You know, change this however you like and make this whatever you want. So this is showing that you have a total of 90 verticals. And 78% is, well, we haven't figured everything out. Anyway, so there's that. Let's get into glass right quick. All right, so you're putting in the number of DLOs. The number of DLOs, which I've highlighted here, so this is going to be for the doors, okay? So we're going to do 63, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101. I may have miscounted that, but so here we're going to go 101 less than, and then you can use your discretion to populate the other one. Any of the larger pieces, maybe above 50 square feet or something, you can maybe go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not the easiest job. You might want to maybe throw in the raked ones as, you know, a larger than. So the idea of larger than is just, it's not a simple thing. So I'll just go here and say 1, 2, 3. I'll just go 9. So I'm going to go 9 here. And we'll go 92. So there's your total of 101. And you're basically there. If you have steel, you know, throw them in. Maybe you have 3 pieces. Pairs, single, corner, and break. Obviously, you're going to want to look at the architecturals and the details and figure if you want to put brake metal. I know that this job, I remember doing it, there was a lot of brake metal, so I'll just put in 16 pieces. Pairs and singles. Let me just get through this. So I'll just go 4 pairs and 2 singles just to plug it in. So you want to adjust this accordingly. Here's your price per square foot. It looks a little low, to be honest. And this is where you can maybe look at this nicely to figure your distribution of man hours. Break, maybe we'll just put it at 1. And we can come back to it. You're also looking at the total price per square foot. And that's obviously depending on your values here. Let me just make these all 100 so I can kind of balance myself. And transit will keep at 10%. So once again, transit is adding 10% to the install and the caulk. All right. So here what you want to do is figure this to establish your price per linear feet. So I'll go with 16. We'll go with 12. I'll put it back. But basically just establish these values with your senior estimator or field guy or project manager. And I'll move this up to 2 because it is exterior. So that's doubling this number. This number is 1497 times 2 equals that. You're going 12 linear feet per man hour, which is 250 man hours per caulk, which is 21%. Fabrication, I generally just leave alone. So this is 2-man, quarter of an hour for the cut, as well as the steel. Seal the joints. Just get a general idea of that, and you can basically, once you come up with this formula, move along quite nicely. I'll go 32 scissors for 3 months. And this is basically what you've established. Labor of 136. Your doors, 2 men, 6 hours for 4 pairs. 2 men, 4 hours for 2 singles, for a total of 64 man hours, 6-hour transit. And then here's your totals here. Now, once again, this is taking everything from all the way across, so it does include this one. This shows you your values according to pairs and singles, leaves and frames, price per leaf for install. So this is all just install. That's all you're doing. So we're going to change this. This probably should have been the first thing. Cornier, 4 feet to 1T front. And we're going to do a 3-coat with a 20-year warranty. And there's right there, Cornier 451T front set, 2x4.5 thermal, 3-coat standard Kynar paint with 20-year warranty, 2 beads of caulk. So we need to do the glass. The ratio is at 0. That's not good. So the way you do that is you go here and you bring up your glass. All right. So you're going to come over here to the solar band 70 that you already have figured. These numbers right here don't go anywhere. It is just for you to see what you're plugging in. All right. So we're going to go here with, so what I did was 937 is 825 plus 112. And I made these a different thing so I can put in the rake. So let's just do that first. We'll go a rake of 4 plus 3 is 7. And then this is a annealed, so we're going to go 937. Once again is 825 plus 112. So those are your annealed, 938. And don't challenge me on the current prices. I've been out of work for a little while doing this project. 28 plus 1859 is 1882. And this is going to be clear temp. I'm sorry, 1888. Something happening here. So now we have here a ratio of 89, which is good. We got to come down here for the doors. Now, what I do here often is I will do, if I have curtain wall and storefront that contain doors, I will do 1/4 inch clear tempered and use both of these for curtain wall and door. I'm sorry, curtain wall and storefront. So this one is going to be the cell that is allotted to storefront doors. We have 8 of them at 138. Now we should adjust here. This is the number of leaves. Now it's getting weird here, so let's just clear. Anyway, this should be at around, what was it before? So this number right here is telling you the average square foot to glaze a door. So that's low right now. It should be around 18, I believe, around there. But this is taking into account the other doors that are plugged in. And I don't want to go and just get rid of them. But that is where you would put your 1/4 inch clear tempered. Certainly if it was, it's on spandrel, so we'll change it to clear tempered. We'll just do low iron for the hell of it. Now, if it's solar band 70, you can bring it over here. If it's a insulated unit. So this number is being carried over to doors. This number is being carried over to storefront. 28 to 11, there it is. And what I do typically is I will send out this as my RFQ should I feel the need to get it. Well, let me just get the actual quotes that I have here. That'll be fun. Give me a second. And I believe I had the Collier quote already up. Boy, this is fun. Digging into work jobs that I did in 2018. Whatever. I don't know what's going on there. So this is Pacifica. I don't want to waste your time looking at this stuff, but basically you're just pulling this price per square foot and you're applying it, having already put in the square footage. Digitized shape, they're saying $40 each. So I can use that. $12.85 Pacifica. $12.85. All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll go. So down here we have inch rake. We're going 40 each. So then that just adjusts this number here. And we're going to go solar band Pacifica. And whatever it was, 12, whatever it was. I'm just making these. I don't want to waste so much time. So anyway, you're plugging in your numbers. You're putting in your 1-inch needles Pacifica, 13, and there's your glass price, including the box. If generally, I'm going to assume that you don't want the box. Although these are larger lights, you can just kind of estimate this the way you'd like. You can go 0. You can go 150, even though the box will cost about $350. So you're just using your estimating mind to figure an approximate box charge should that be included. So we have your glass here. Generally, you'll want to do that. You're going to want to use this as your place to put in your quoted material, like I just did. You then have drop downs over here for something like 1/4 inch low iron. And I guess I'll just maybe put in a louver or two for the hell of it. Here's Mapes. So you have a Mapes panel, 35 square feet. That'll plug that in. And there's that. Mapes does figure a little differently. You may want to put the price at 0 over here and change this to Mapes. and then put their actual quote in there. So that's what these are used for. Once again, just to reiterate that, the idea of plugging this square footage in is important, and you can put 0 there, wherein the 35 will carry, but the price will be applied here. So, you know, you'll find fun little ways that you want to do it. And there's your mapes, you know. I'm going a little quickly here. So aluminum is the last thing that we have. The assumption is that you had sent out a RFQ for the stock lengths. Here it is. Confirm that it's right. And I don't really know if this is right. I just kind of pulled it from this job back in the day. So we have here 1600 and 400. 451 VG. Now I prefer that they give the breakouts 3-coat paint. So I did ask for an alternate. Now I generally request that they break them out individually so it's easier to do it. But if you want to get the calculator out, I'll just show you how to draw. Where's my calculator? Anyway, 23 plus 12 is 24. Freight is included. So what I'll do is say 24,500, and then I will plug in a number here. Collier will go, anyway, I'm putting the total here, and I'm just putting in a plug number and distributing it to here. I'll say 4,000. And I'm going to say this equals the total minus this minus that. Just typical Excel stuff. Then you can maybe put, you know, that's your total Collier. You might want to put it in, I don't know. And you want to make it money. So just as long as you get yourself, you know, figured for to get an idea and comfortable with the way things are set up, you can do little tricks like that. So, you know, your price per square foot is in there rather nicely. But if you want to kick it up a little bit, you can go 16. And then it'll pull from here. So once again, just the idea is to request your quotes individually for each system you have. And that is generally it. I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. So we went over the drop downs and actually plugging things in. Make sure that you go and change these accordingly. You know, this is going to be one of the first ones that you want to drop out if you're trying to get tighter. You know, you also want to potentially get rid of that. So at the end, when you're trying to figure what you're doing here, you're looking at your labor percentage, which is good. You want a little more labor than material nowadays. Price per labor is what I concentrate on. Material is just, it is what it is. I don't really concern myself with that. Total price per square foot is another thing I concern myself with, but do not shoot from the hip and say $75 per square foot. That's a silly way to do it. Concentrate on labor. So that is how you input values into Storefront and Curtain Wall. I hope this was informative, and if you need help just in general estimating, I am here to help because I'm rather good at it. Thank you very much.